Former Petroleum Minister Dizani appears in London on corruption charges. DSS amends cybercrimes charges against Omoyele Sowore. 20 banks intensify strategies as Cbn'S recapitalization deadline nears. On the international scene, government parties get all parliament seats in Benin elections. On sports update, Africa Cup champions receive heroes' welcome on return to Dakar. Hello and welcome to the Standard Voice TV Global News. My name is Musa Alhaji Muhammad. Former Nigerian Minister of Petroleum Dizani Alison Madueke has appeared before Southwark Crown Court in London on a £100,000 bribery case, Channels Television reported. Alison Madueke, who held the position from 2010 to 2015, was the first woman to hold the position of Minister of Petroleum in Nigeria and the first woman to head the International Oil Organization, OPEC. Dizani was charged with 6 counts, which she denies, after the UK's NCA charged her in 2023 with accepting bribes from 2011 to 2015. The charges include a bribery of at least £100,000, possession of chauffeured cars and private jets, illegal use of several London properties, and more. The trial is scheduled to begin on Monday, January 26, 2026, and is expected to last 10 to 12 weeks. The federal government has rearranged the convener of the Revolution Now protest, Omoyele Sowore, on a 2-count amended charge of alleged cyber-stalking against Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu by calling him a criminal on X and Facebook. At the resumed hearing of the case at the Federal High Court, Counsel for the Government Akilo Lukende, SAN, notified Justice Mohammed Umar of the Federal High Court, Abuja, of a new amended charge which removes X and Facebook from the list of defendants, leaving Omoyele Sowore as the sole defendant. Whereas Counsel for the Government expressed the readiness to start the trial, with a witness available in court, Abubakar Marshall, Counsel for the defendant, opposed. Abubakar stated that the information of the prosecution witnesses and his or her statements on oath were not attached to the charge. The matter was adjourned to 22nd January for trial. Nigerian troops have uncovered a major Boko Haram logistics hub hidden underground in Borno State, seizing large quantities of medical supplies, fuel, and other materials critical to terrorist operations. Breakthrough was recorded by forces of Operation Hadankai, following coordinated offensives on Sunday in the Timbuktu Trial area, a notorious stronghold for insurgents. The operations targeted terrorist enclaves in Chilaria, Garin Farouk, and Abirma. The Media Information Officer of the Joint Task Force Northeast, Operation Hadankai, Lieutenant Colonel Obasani, confirmed the development in a statement on Monday. That the mission carried out under Operation Desert Sanity dealt a major blow to Boko Haram and Islamic State West Africa Province ISWAP fighters operating in the region. The Kaduna State Commissioner of Police Mohammed Rabiu has described the reported kidnap of over 100 worshippers in Kajuru local government as a falsehood being peddled by conflict entrepreneurs seeking to create chaos in the state. Conflicting reports on Monday claimed that over 100 people were abducted by bandits during a church service at Kurminwali village in Kajuru on Sunday. However, addressing reporters after the State Security Council meeting at Sir Kashim Ibrahim House on Monday, the Commissioner of Police challenged anyone to provide the names of the alleged kidnapped victims and other particulars. Also speaking, the chairman of Kajuru local government, Dauda Madaki, said that upon hearing the rumor of the attack, he mobilized the police and other security forces to Kurminwali, only to find that no attack had occurred. The executive chairman of Liberty Radio and Television, Alhaji Ahmed Tijani Ramalan, has stated that many Nigerians in northern Nigeria are still unfamiliar with the new tax reform laws and are misrepresenting them. Ramadan stated this while speaking with newsmen on Monday in Abuja. According to him, widespread misinformation about the tax law has left many Nigerians, including the educated ones, confused about what, when, and how their earnings will be taxed. Ramadan also noted that the federal government's intention regarding the tax law towards low earners in the country remains very good, noting that widespread misinformation and confusion surrounding the implementation are casting a shadow on the real objectives of the law. Now let's peep into the world of business. Nigerian banks are accelerating efforts to meet new capital requirements as the ongoing banking recapitalization exercise enters its final and most critical stage. Details of this and another story is brought to you by Bilkisu Abdullahi Haruna.
With only 52 working days left before the March 31st deadline set by the Central Bank of Nigeria, many financial institutions are fine-tuning their funding options. Industry observers say there is now increased reliance on private equity placements and possible shifts in banking license categories. In his most recent public update on the program, Cbn Governor Olayemi Cardoso confirmed that 16 banks had already met the revised capital thresholds, while another 27 institutions were in various stages of raising funds. However, Deputy Governor of Economic Policy, Dr. Muhammad Abdullahi, provided a slightly higher figure, starting a few days ago, that at least 20 banks had successfully met the requirements. Also in the business news, Nigeria's non-oil exports surged to a historic high of $6.1 billion in 2025, making the strongest performance in the sector since the Nigerian Export Promotion Council (NEPA) was established nearly 5 decades ago. The figure represents an 11.5% increase from the $5.4 billion recorded in 2024, highlighting growing momentum in the country's efforts to diversify its economy away from crude oil dependence. The Executive Director and Chief Executive Officer of NEPAC, Nonye Ayeni, disclosed the milestone on Monday in Abuja during her annual progress report and 2026 non-oil export outlook briefing.
Nigerian non-oil export performance in 2025 reached an all-time high. The non-oil export sector rose. Export rose to approximately $6.1 billion, representing a year-on-year growth of about 11.5% over and above the $5.4 billion recorded in 2024. This marks the highest non-oil export value achieved in the country for formal documented trade in the country.
She noted that data from pre-shipment inspection agencies confirm Nigeria's record-breaking performance. That has been the report. Bilkisu Haruna Abdullahi, reporting for SVTV News.
Thank you, Bilkis.
Benin Republic has announced the official election results for the parliamentary and local elections last Saturday evening. The presidential bloc, consisting of the Union for Progress and Renewal (UPR) and the Republican bloc (BR), received all of the 109 available seats in the parliament, getting respectively 60 and 49 seats. The parliamentary elections were the only recent elections in which the main opposition party, the Democrats, were allowed to participate. They failed, however, to get past the 20% of votes in all districts benchmark, a requirement for making it into parliament. In local elections, which took place at the same time, the opposition party was not allowed to run and did not have any candidates. Benin Republic will also see presidential elections later this year in April, and in this too, the Democrats will not be running as they did not get sufficient sponsors. Also on the international scene, tragic road crash south of Johannesburg has claimed the lives of 13 schoolchildren. Police say a minibus transporting pupils to school collided with a truck near the industrial city of Vanderbilt Park, about 60 kilometers from Johannesburg. Investigators believe the driver lost control while attempting to overtake other vehicles. The death toll rose after one critically injured child later died in hospital. Several other pupils remain seriously hurt. Authorities say the victims, including both primary and high school learners, some as young as 6 years old. President Cyril Ramaphosa has called for stronger enforcement of road safety laws and improved oversight of school transport services to better protect learners. Fatima Ibrahim reporting for SVTV News.
On the battlefield of sports, let's join Shamsu Abubakar Sadoki with AFCON update.
African Cup received heroes welcome on return Dakar. Senegal national football team returned to the Dakar late on Monday, champion of the African Cup of Nations. President Bassirou Diomaye Faye was the effort to welcome the players. He praised them for their single-minded focus throughout the continental tournament. During the entire competition, while watching them play, we felt they had this mission on their mind, that they had it in their heart to bring back this cup and make the Senegalese proud. Senegal beat Morocco 1-0 during a chaotic final on Saturday that at that point saw the Senegal fans trying to storm the field. Senegal players have received criticism from some commentators for waking up the pitch in the protest at a penalty decision. But the jubilant fans in Dakar had nothing but praise for their Teranga Lions and give them a hero's welcome. We are here to celebrate our cup, the champions of Africa, to welcome the players, the Senegal players, our African champion Sadio Mane, and the entire Senegalese team, said Fan Bamba Seni as we wave the Senegal flag. We are happy today. We are proud to be Senegalese. This is a Senegal's second African Cup win in 2022. The team beat Egypt 4-2 after the penalty shootout. My name is Shamsuddin Abubakar Sadoki with the report.
And with that sports update, we wrap up our news package for this evening. But before we go, another look at the highlights. Former Petroleum Minister Dizani appears in London on corruption charges. DSS amends cybercrimes charges against Omoyole Sowore. 20 banks intensify strategies as Cbn'S recapitalization deadline nears. On the international scene, government parties get all parliament seats in Benin elections. On sports update, Africa Cup champions receive heroes welcome on return to Dakar. On behalf of all the production crew, I am Musa Al-Haji Muhammad, wishing you a pleasant evening.